do not know what price I shall have to pay for breaking what we alchemists call silentium. The life experiences of our colleagues should warn us not to upset laymen by imposing our knowledge upon them. The book!
What?
There are mysterious parts in that book, but the only true mystery is that our very lives are governed by dead people.
In the beginning, there were three mothers, the same as there were three fates and three furies. Man has always mistakenly called them by one terrifying name.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid to be left alone.
Carla?
My sister. Where is my sister?
It's as if I were constantly being watched. And at times, I think I actually feel a presence. As if someone were in the room with me.
Who lives in this damned house?
Someone who is waiting.
But who?
You are being watched.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I am Chris C., a.k.a. The Slasher Dude. I am with my fellow people here, part of the Lords of Havok. We got Keith, a.k.a. Gorephobe, a.k.a. The Blackened One, and we got JT from JT's Horror Discussion. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Good, man.
Good, man. Can't complain. Thanks for the last minute invite.
Absolutely.
Saw it, and I love this movie.
Yeah, very, very cool. We're just decided this a few hours ago and messaged Keith about it. And sure enough, put up the post. And I'm like, why not? I don't think this is a film enough people talk about. It's top tier Argento, in my opinion. Blue Underground is working on a 4K of this. Let's hope they can do a good job watching this version of this here. But we're talking about Suspiria Inferno 1980, the sequel to Suspiria, part of the Three Mothers trilogy. Gentlemen, I'll start with you there, Keith. What do you think about this film?
Oh, I've always loved this one, man. Of course, it's about Mother Tenebrorium or whatever, however you fucking pronounce it. Yeah. But anyway,
I think.
Tenebrorum or something like that. It's got a little bit of a
Tenebrorum, which is interesting. How Tenebrae is the next movie.
Yeah, right. He did that in 81.
But this is my son's. This is actually my son's favorite film and favorite soundtrack. Between this and Suspiria, he prefers this film and this soundtrack. So,
nice. Very nice. How about you, JT? Go ahead and talk about this one because I know you love it a lot.
Yeah, I think this is. I almost prefer it to Suspiria in just the style alone, like we were saying backstage, just the lighting compared to. I mean, a lot of people think of of Argento, if they're not huge Argento fans, they think of Suspiria, and that's obviously his most popular movie. I mean, I'd argue Deep Red, but you don't get as many horror fans who aren't into Italian movies
Very true.
get into Inferno and like Deep Red, but Suspiria with the red, like the Argento fucking red that's in your face the whole time, the greens and the blues. This movie's so much more tranquil looking with the pinks and the blue in this. And it's such a different feel, but it's still just so Argento, and it's amazingly shot too.
Very cool. All right. Yeah, we got some goings here in chat. Of course, we got Jason, a.k.a. Jinja Ninja Movie Reviews. What is going on?
Long time.
Brad from 4K10 Revival. What is going on, my friend? Hope you're having a good evening. And yeah, the Trio of Terror has arrived. And yeah, Inferno.
I like that. I like that name.
Cat horror. Bizarre. Yeah.
Trio of Terror. I like
that. Trio of Terror have arrived, talking about the film in the Trio of Mothers. Really, like I said, what Keith said, this takes place in both. I like how they did this, both in one New York and then the one over here. Where's this at? Is this Rome, Italy, or
this is the one set in New York, but it goes to Rome for a bit.
Well, it goes to Rome, right? That's where I think the sister is at. Yeah, it's a tale of a brother and sister. This is a Final Dude type of a film. To your point, for a horror. It's like I say, I really like it. It's the most beautiful out of all of his films, in my opinion. His colors are his best here. I mean, he stated there was problems with this film. Of course there is. I like films like this. If there's problems with production and all this other shit, if fights are going on, which there were, I mean, you can just get this films like this. Films like this, of course, films like Opera, which is a masterpiece as well. But this one, it's a good horror. It's definitely a great horror for this time, and I think it's ahead of its time, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a movie that I think aged. What do you think, Keith?
I was saying this is one where they really kicked off the trilogy, because when we made Suspiria, there was no intention on a trilogy.
Yeah, there wasn't.
This one is when he was saying, "Hey, let's go ahead and make a 2 and a 3. Let's go ahead and cover all of them." So
I mean, it made sense because of him talking about the witch covens and everything in Suspiria and referring to the mothers. So I mean, I'm sure he wrote that and then just with Daria and then said, I can turn this into a whole 3-movie thing, which we didn't get Mother of Tears for fucking 30 years.
20 years after. Yeah.
20 years, something like that. Yeah. 2000, early 2000s, mid 2000s, I think Mother of Tears, 2008. Yeah.
I'll start casting that. Udo Kier's in that.
2007,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
I like Mother of Tears.
Yeah, like I say, it's a good one. So we're going to start this boy up, and I'm going to count down with 10, and we'll start this thing up. And oh boy, this is going to be a good one. So this will be a second watch for me, but it's a great film. It's highly rewatchable. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
I love how it's just, and a lot of Italian movies do this. Just opens right to the movie. Like sometimes they'll just skip credits completely until like a little the moment of the opening of some of these movies.
Also, I did put the link. This is on Look Movie too. Go ahead. Yeah, dude. I love that site, man. You can watch it along.
It's so good. There's everything on there, actually.
There is. It's where you get the moderation a little bit. I kind of like the way they did that.
Yeah. I'm thinking about. What do you say, Keith?
I was saying I'd love to have a copy of that book. You know what I mean? One that looks just like that.
Oh yeah. What she's going through. Yeah, that would be cool.
You already see the greens in the background. That's funny. The window.
Yeah. I think that's some of the only green you see in this movie, actually, because it's like I said, it's very, very heavy on the pinks and the blues. I know there's some red sometimes, right when the woman gets her head in the window when he slams it down on her. Pretty sure there's some red lighting, Argento red there.
Yes, Suspiriorum. Suspiriorum,
Lacrimarum, and Tenebrarum. On delay. That's such a killer track too. That you had in the trailer there playing that we hear at the end of this.
Yeah.
Great track.
Very good. Yeah, Salvatore Argento presents. Yeah, that's so good. It's like it's a TV film, which is interesting.
It does
Like
have
the
that
way they
feel,
kind of
actually.
do that, but do.
Yeah, I like their other name too, the Mothers of Sorrow.
Yeah, the translations, right? Yeah. Because
I
it's Mother
prefer
of
that.
Sorrow. It's the mother. What are the other two? Did they say it? I missed it. If they did, I know it's Mother of Sorrow. It's Mother of Tears. We know from the movie name. And then there's what's the other one? Anyone know? I forget.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Story and screenplay by Dario Argento. Music by Keith Emerson.
Art director Giuseppe.
There's also Daria actually co-wrote this one with him too. She's uncredited, so she had writing.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've heard that. That sucks that she had to go uncredited for this. I wonder why that was. I wonder if because I think by Phenomena.
That's right. There's keys here. There's 3 keys. He's just talking about the keys. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's where she goes underneath. We'll see that to go try to fetch it. That happens to be right next to that dude's freaky shop that he has.
Yeah, his antique bookstore who gets ravaged by the cats later on. Or he's drowning the cats and then he ends up getting killed.
A wannabe Patrick McGee. Patrick McGee played it better in the Black Cat.
Yeah, the Black Cat's
Oh,
great.
man, yeah, he's great.
You mean Fulci? You mean Fulci's the Black Cat, right?
Yeah, Fulci's the Black Cat. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, better one.
There's so many over the years.
Inside, what's up, dude? Thank you
up,
for coming in. Love the picture, dude. Love the picture.
Yeah, he's got a great profile book.
Berm, yeah, draws the pictures and stuff like that. I think the main actor in this drew those. I wouldn't be surprised.
I love that shot right there, the hotel and that's where you see the pink lighting a lot with the blues. I love those exterior shots.
It's kind of like synthwave, kind of like that. Yeah.
Some yellow in there too, which you don't see that much in Suspiria.
Yeah. There's the red there, just right around the side. That's a trip.
Yeah.
That's good. How they can
the
do
way
that.
He likes his movies, which that's what I was going towards earlier with Suspiria. A lot of people who just know Argento for Suspiria and maybe seen another film by him, like he always gets, he has the reputation for the color usage in a lot of his movies, and he's always been stylish as hell since Bird with the Crystal Plumage. But I feel like Suspiria and Inferno here are the most colorful films of his, and those are the only 2 movies that really stick out, like with the heavy lighting and the color usage, like that he got known for. And it's only really for these 2 movies.
It just happens to be there, which is interesting because she knows. Of course, she knows.
Kazanian, that's the name of the guy in the store.
It's like she's drawn to it too. So,
yeah, I would be too if I saw the place lit up like that. I'd be fucking there like a bug light.
Love how they not to give it away for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I love how they kind of go the psycho way with it too. They kind of take you here with one person, and then it's like,
yep.
Agree, Gizmo. Very true. Very true.
They make you think, that's going to be the sister here is going to be the main character until we have the brother come along.
This is actually one of the earliest Final Guy movies.
Yeah, that's true. The guy kind of looks like the dude kind of looks like Billy Drago a bit, like the way he kind of
the brother
there.
The brother of this guy,
the dude, that owns the shop. Yeah, he does.
Now, like I was telling Chris, for anybody who has seen the 1985 film, Just One of the Guys, the one who plays the college boyfriend of hers and Just One of the Guys is the main guy, the guy that plays Mark in this.
Nice. I need to check out those kind of
I don't think
comedies from that time. Yeah, there's something about those, like
80s action flicks and stuff. Like you would know more, guys, especially Keith, because you've lived through the 80s and saw the movies come out. But like action flicks in general, I've never been a huge action genre fan. I mean, there's a whole bunch that I like and enjoy. But there's a lot of classics from like the 80s and stuff, action flicks that I never got into and never saw.
Policio Testes. Policio Teshi's are great, like Italian, like Death Wish cop dramas and stuff like that. I highly suggest
Okay,
any of
interesting.
those. Oh yeah, they're great.
Talking with Chris Alexander the other day made me really want to explore some more Jesus Franco's movies. Because
Jesus, yeah.
I've only seen like 2 or 3, and Bloody Moon is the most memorable for me. But he's made
Fun.
hundreds of movies.
There you go.
Is that the piano part? No.
A lot of people put this film up there. I mean, they really.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like it definitely got a lot more praise and reappraisal as the years
There you
go.
go. That would do it.
Years back, accidentally took 2 tabs of LSD. I think it was one. I've been in that same scenario. That was back in fucking college, 15 plus years ago. More than that, actually.
Like I said, I'm just like tipped my toes into collecting and introduced to films like this. I watched this, I think, early last year, or maybe year before. Like,
All right.
listen to Dirk and Darren, and just like these channels that talk about Giallo in general, and talking about Argento, and talking about the film Inferno. I'm like, yeah.
If you think about it, there's only a handful of us in the community that are big into Italian horror. I mean, it's the 3 of us. Then there's Dirk and Darren, obviously. And
It's
then
the best to me. It can be the best horror out there.
Yeah, a few others have some interest in it, but I think the 3 of us and Dirk and Darren are just like the big Italian horror fans.
What was it?
Which is not for everybody. I mean, I know a lot of people. Not too many, but I know a decent amount of people have tried getting into Italian horror and they just can't. They've tried a few movies.
It's different, specifically
yeah.
You have to get used to the dubbing. You really do.
Absolutely.
You have to get used to that. That's the one thing you have to get used to it. Other than that, dude, like the terror is very good. The camera work is very good. It's the best camera work like in any sort of film genre, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that absolutely. Best camera work.
Yeah, you hear the piano going. She's going far. That's true. Damn, JT, that's good stuff there. You never noticed that. You just never did.
That there is great. When she first, the blue lighting behind her, and then she's looking ahead, and it's all the pink lighting and stuff.
It's very gothic. Yeah, this is very gothic. Yeah, Bava did this all the time with the changing of colors. He would just do that through hallways. This is a straight Bava film. Like,
yeah, for those who don't know, we were talking about this backstage, that this scene coming up with her under the water looking for the key, Argento was... Keith, do you remember exactly what he was sick with, Argento? Or he just got sick, or the flu or some shit? I'm not sure. But he didn't...
He said he was not feeling good. Yeah,
he didn't film the scene, or most of it. There's been conflicting reports, but mostly that Mario
Umberto
Bava
was there.
and
I'm
Umberto
sure
was there. Yeah. So, I mean, you could see it being shot by either Bava. I mean, it looks more Mario.
Because Bava died like right after this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he was not doing good. That's too bad.
Yeah, he died in 1980, if I recall, or 81, 80, I think.
Yeah, 80, just at the start of the decade. It's like,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine what he could have done if he lived a bit longer, like Freda a bit. Like, because Freda did some good stuff in the 80s, like with the Murder Obsession. I mean, that's really good from Freda.
I mean, he gets a lot of shit for Shock, I feel like, but I've always loved Shock, and I know you do, Keith.
Umberto
You're a Daria Nickelodeon fan like I am. I mean, just having Daria in that film.
Oh, that's right. That's when she drops her. That's right. She drops that. She's like, well, whoops. Looks like I have to go get it.
Yeah. All the colors. Yeah, there's some green there too. And stuff. Yeah, this is definitely the most Bava look to any scene in this movie. And
she's very pretty, and she has a very nice blouse there. I'm just saying, like, this is really good. This is really good camera work, like you say, in there when she's underwater and stuff like that, and you start seeing like the dead bodies and all this other stuff too.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Like, this looks like pure Mario Bava filming this, with her reaching down and just the camera angle looking down on her and stuff, and the hole in the ground with the water. That looks straight Mario.
Watching Inferno, my friend. Yes. Oh, Inferno. Yes. Yeah.
What's up,
Cal? I got him in another stream.
How you doing, man? Cal, you got a shout out in the Mega Kills compilation I premiered earlier for 1 or 2 kills you mentioned to me back a few months ago that I would have forgot.
That's like a little type kind of grate there too, like a little, square. Like,
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm a tall drink of water myself, but dude, like, never mind. She keeps the dress on. That's right.
It's just like a random friggin' like body of water, just like a crack in the ground, holding the ground with water everywhere underneath.
I think she mentioned that they wanted her to strip and then go in there, but she said no. I believe. Don't quote me on that.
I can see that.
Well, she's the one that stated on the extras of this disc that she could hear Dario and Nicolati arguing, like stuff was thrown. Like she could hear stuff breaking and shit.
That's what
like,
I was Keith, that's what I was asking you earlier, or about to, with Phenomena. I think, like, when was Opera was the last movie I think Dario Nicolati was in, right?
With them.
Argento.
Yeah.
So I think that's right around when their marriage was falling apart. I know it was turbulent for years before that.
Well,
like you just said, Chris with like the arguing ear on this movie set.
It
Phenomena was around when she was done with him.
Yeah, it came to really a fever pitch when in '83 when they were making Tenebrae, and she accused the main star, the
don't you
writer.
dare look at my fucking wife.
Stop flirting with my wife. He's like, dude, I'm not flirting with your wife. You know what I mean?
So flirting with your wife.
They had gotten to that point. They had gotten
jealousy. Yeah, it's jealousy.
Yeah. It's sad. It happens all the time, but it's sad that imagine what more we could have got from Daria and Argento working together.
Yeah.
Hello.
All of this looks so good. The underwater shots.
Yeah, because she goes into another spot. Another spot. Yeah. Which is a trip because this film's all over the place, but I don't care. It's just like it's there just to be there.
Well, that's like what you said. Like, with the dubbing's a big thing with people trying to get into Italian stuff. Like after you see enough, I don't even notice the dubbing unless it's like
me neither.
But that and the fact that, and you hear this criticism a lot about Italian horror from people who can't get into it. Just a lot of it is style over substance and style over plot. Which, it is a lot of the time, but that's just what is so engaging to me about
this is a trip. It's like an underground. Genre. It's like an underground building. You see all this stuff too, which is weird.
Oh yeah,
like
I love.
You see doors starting to do it.
The snake on it. That looks cool.
The door closes.
Earlier was I was listening to Argento talking about this, and he was talking about from the very beginning, Suspiria had basically been written. From like a fairy tale point of view, kids from 8 to 12, it just ended up being more adult. This one from the very beginning was written to be more for adult. So that makes sense.
Especially that's what she sees. Daria had a lot to do, mostly to do with the fairy tale elements in Suspiria. That was all Daria.
With, it's like the Candace like grabbing at her and stuff like that. She just wants to get out.
Susie dressed like it, looking like Snow White throughout a lot of it. Suspiria, that was all Daria with the fairy.
It's kind of true. Yeah, it's like a fairy tale, dark fairy tale.
Yeah.
There she goes. Yeah.
Great lighting there too.
That's funny. They changed the music when she's still in the water with her feet.
Yeah.
Oh, and you just saw it. You saw a brief shot there. That's a trip.
Yeah, that's cool. With the glove reaching down, grabbing it.
Yeah, a gloved person.
Yeah, we've never seen those in Italian films.
Yeah.
That's a great shot too with the silhouette.
Even with a Supernatural, they got to stick in the glove of the stab here.
Yeah, I know.
The door.
It's just such a staple. But I like that. That's why, like, when people refer to Suspiria as a giallo, it's not a giallo film. The same. This is
horror.
Much more giallo.
It's Italian. It's Italian horror. They have a way of doing things.
It's more supernatural. I mean, like bird through Deep Red is pure giallo. Then when you get to Suspiria, that's just a supernatural Italian horror film.
Yeah, she finds the other part of this building. It's all like crumbling down and shit. Like
when he stabs the open chest with the heart, in Suspiria.
First time I saw that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I saw that effect.
The attack on the blind dude. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, Rome, April. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, the brothers. Now, this woman that he sees in a second, she's been in other stuff. She's been in some Fulci.
Yeah, I thought she was the one in Demons that played the,
She's
she's
in Demons too, right?
I don't think that's her. I think that's somebody else, but
looks like her then.
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot like her.
Because of Anya?
She's in a Fulci film that I can't think of which one, but I know she's in.
Oh, yeah, she's in House by the Cemetery.
House by the Cemetery, is that it? Yeah, okay.
There's that other chick like right next to him and stuff like
she's
that.
She's a babysitter.
Is that her? She looks different for some reason. She has her hair.
The babysitter. Different. Oh, yeah.
Anne, I think her name is, right? And the babysitter.
You're talking about the dark-headed one with the bright blue eyes, right?
Yeah, the babysitter in the house.
The permed blonde. Yeah.
Yeah,
curly blonde.
I think she has different color hair in this. That might be why I was
blue eyes. Yeah, there she is, right there. Never mind. I'm tripping. I thought maybe she did.
I was talking about Anya Priori or.
Oh, you think about House?
Yeah, the chick sitting right here petting the cat. The chick sitting here petting the cat.
It's not Lauren Bacall.
Yeah,
the chick sitting next to him looks like Lauren Bacall. That's a trip. Kind of maybe the hairstyle. That almost looks like her.
The one right here, yeah. She's looking at him and he's getting all distracted because she's fucking gorgeous.
Got to know. Yeah, of course. Hello. She's all like, "See my cat right here?" Like he's
like Dr. Evil.
Contraband. I still need to check out from Parts Unknown. Yeah, everyone loves Contraband. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Contraband is good. I've only seen
not that one. Not that one.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. We're talking.
That's his take on Policio Tesci, basically. So it's an Italian crime film.
Yeah, I've seen Fulci, a few of Fulci's non-horror films, but they were mostly one-time watches. Not that I didn't enjoy him, but I just love his horror stuff a lot more.
Yeah, she's telling him something, but you're kind of like.
Yeah, I think that's the one that played the
the babysitter, the maid.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. But for some reason,
that probably is her.
Someone else, though. I'm thinking another Fulci film. For
House,
some reason,
House by the Cemetery is so weird. Like
it is. It's basically like the his Frankenstein / The Shining. Like that's basically how I look at that movie. That's
you can't be naive. You can't be as naive as she is and stuff like that. Sorry, my wife's off the medications. That was like a low blow there by the husband in that film. I'm like, dude, really?
That's funny. Well, what the hell's her name? Yeah,
he does, Cal. He does. Wahlberg is not a good actor. I'm sorry.
That's what I was saying about the Happening earlier. Is that I know Keith, you like it. I know.
My favorite films from here are Fear and Rockstar. I really like him in Rockstar. Rockstar is actually quite funny.
Rockstar is a good show, though.
Yeah, it's a good one. The outtakes for that are great. They play his rap music and shit like that when he's rehearsing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Wahlberg has put in some very good performances in his career. He's very hit or miss. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
earlier.
He is. Contraband is actually okay. It's not the best film, but his version of Contraband is actually okay. What is it? Not the shootist. God, he plays that sniper. Yeah, it's actually, I think it's called that. He's all right in that. That's just too long of a film. Yeah, she gets the letter and stuff like that. This is where trippy stuff starts to happen.
This whole cab ride is the most gorgeous fucking cab ride ever. I put the film. This with I think it was.
Oh, that's straight up from Suspiria. when you really
Oh,
look
yeah.
at that. Her hair's all wet.
This one is just a lot more chaotic with the music that kicks in.
It's in the back.
It's a classical piece. I think it's Toccata, but I forget the composer. But he did it in a weird time signature. He did it in 5/4 instead of 4/4, which gives it.
He
this
does it
really
here, and he does it in
weird
opera with that conversation in the car that's in the rain.
Yeah.
So he's do. Damn, yeah.
Yeah, it's great, this composition in this cab.
Great transfer from Blue Underground for this one. This is a 2K transfer. They 1080p. I doubt that. Like,
Yeah, I'm wondering what this transfer is on.
This
Shudder.
one says HD 1080p, but they can secretly put a 2K transfer in here because this looks very pretty.
Oh, it looks great. The one on Prime here. I think it's Shudder.
The one I'm watching here is from 1080, and it looks fucking great.
Let me see that again.
Yeah, that's probably the same transfer. That's probably the same transfer.
Oh,
yeah.
I never saw that artwork, actually. That's really cool artwork.
That's from when they were doing stuff for Arrow. That factory burned down, so they couldn't make those kind of covers for that and stuff like that. So they're out there. You got to be very.
Yeah.
There's 4 different covers for this one. Actually, you can change them around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're like placards. It's a trippy stuff.
That's the one. That's the one I know most is with the skull.
Yeah, that's the original.
Then you got that one.
I've seen the one on the right. I don't think I've seen.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a great one.
They're all great artwork. Those two of those I never saw.
With her too, it's very it's typical Argento, just like with Suspiria. They single her out. Everybody's gone. It's just her, right? They single her out. You know something's going to happen. It's like,
yeah, it's a very isolated area and
yeah, she's stuck there. And
that's right. I was looking up that woman.
And of course, she looks great wet there, but you know, it's like
she looked great wet swimming around earlier.
They'll be like, just pose there for a second. Okay. Now you can walk in. Yeah. It's all dark. Like you can't see nothing, right? Where the light is just like not there.
Cards. I've never even opened the cards before.
What's wrong? Oh yeah. Dang, that's a nice release.
I got here's the poster. It's 2-sided poster.
It seems a lot of the new transfer releases and stuff for a lot of these movies have a lot of alternate artwork and stuff in them, which is awesome.
That's a great shot.
That looks sick. That's such a
great that dude. Really, that's terrific. That's good artwork. That's a good artist there that did that. That's really good artwork.
Okay, this one, yeah, you're right. It is House by the Cemetery. She's in this woman, but it's Tenebrae also. That's why I was thinking of another.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mulchi, but yeah, it's Tenebrae that she's in too.
They get a lot of the same people on there. You know, that's what's cool about the genre. Like they get a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, and a lot of the directors reused a lot of actors.
They carry the actors.
That's a trip. Like I say, Anita Strindberg did stuff for Fulci and did stuff for Martino. Not for Argento. Barbara Boucher did nothing for Argento. That's a trip. I couldn't imagine her in a film from him. Like, she's my favorite. She's my favorite Giallo queen. She's number one. I love Barbara Boucher a lot.
Oh yeah, right. I mean, Barbara Steele is another icon.
Barbara Steele. Of course, yeah, she's very pretty.
Yeah, I always thought Barbara Steele was
hard to work with, though. It seems.
I've heard that actually.
Yeah.
Now that the woman who was in House by the Cemetery and Tenebrae, in this movie, she's Mater Lacriarum, Mother of Tears.
Yeah,
we get the movie years later, but that she's credited in this as whatever music student / Mater Lacriarum.
Yep.
Which
And
makes
like,
sense because he's in Rome.
where the red happens to be at that bookcase, and then you see the blue like on the top from one of the windows.
Yeah.
So
And on the top of her hair is the red light. And
because the colors center on something for a reason, right? So yeah, they play tricks on you here. Yeah. Dario's a smart MFer. He let's see if y'all can catch this. Oh yeah, dude. Keith got Gorfo got the goods. Yeah, he beats me by like a mile with some of his releases, like of opera and stuff like that. That's the best. That's the best release of that I've ever seen. That's the best release of that I have ever seen. Yeah, he's like,
every time he shows stuff off, man, it's great.
No, I'm actually just kind of just sharing. Really, I'm really not even trying to show. But now that you mentioned
it, nice.
No, it's just cool. It takes years to acquire this, so it's nice to be able to share it with people. I think they're like really big fans of the films, like you guys are. That's why I like to share it with you guys because you guys appreciate.
I always love seeing you break out the transfers and the 4Ks and the artwork and everything. The Texas Chainsaw, when we did the anniversary for that, the shit you were breaking out with that's great. Well, you have so many copies of that film. How many copies do you have of Texas Chainsaw? Because that's your top 3 movie.
Like you and Tony from Basement Blues might, because Tony has a lot from Basement Blues. He has a lot of that. That's his all-time favorite film. He loves Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. Like he has a lot of those.
Well, I know that's the top. Your top 3, Keith, or what? Zombie, Dawn of the Dead.
They change out, man. They
do. For me too.
My
favorite horror is Event Horizon. Like a lot of people say that's not the best horror in the world. I do. It's terrifying.
Horizon.
I have a hard time watching that film. Like it's really,
My top couple will stay close. My top 2 or 3 will stay relatively the same. Halloween, Chainsaw Massacre, Exorcist.
Halloween, Texas.
Suspiria is top 5 for me. I think it might be top 5. Like
top 10, and you probably got 30 of them in that top 10.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, my
remake Night of the Living Dead with Tony Todd. That's right. Yeah, directed by Tom Savini.
It's really 12. Yeah, that's a great remake. I really like the night.
Yeah, 1990.
Yeah, 1990. Tony Todd. Rest in peace again. Yeah, that was hard. Every time I see someone post on Instagram or people in the horror genre that are
she just stumbles into this lair. Yeah, she just happens to stumble into this lair, I think from the library, like finds a place, like happens to be here, like out of nowhere. This is a great chase scene here, right here. This is good horror. Like
the cauldrons burning and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it just adds so much atmosphere to it.
Yeah, the green and the red or the pink, to your point, JT. Yeah, that's pink. And they kind of
fuck the place. I think I'd probably turn around and be like, I don't know.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Absolutely.
Some nice chowder right there. Oh, she looks nice. She looks real nice. Yeah, look at that chowder.
Maybe not. This is supposed to be like a library or something.
Yeah, this is like a weird offshoot of the library, but it's like why you would think they'd be a lot more fucking like discreet and stuff.
This dude, you never see what he looks like.
But you see the hand and stuff, and it looks fucking really good.
Yeah, like Anthropophagus a little bit, but with this dude, you don't never see it. Yeah,
this is the guy from Suspiria here.
Oh,
the same hand
kind of dude. Yeah,
that plays the dude. The big ugly fucker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whatever his name is, she says, oh, "Isn't he ugly? He doesn't speak English."
Yeah, he's very ugly. Yeah.
You could say right in front of him, he doesn't speak English. That's just hilarious.
Yeah. Do. Yeah, she gets stuck here.
So fucking rude. Dude.
You see him for a little bit. You see him for like a second, like in the light, then it kind of disappears.
But I like that theme throughout the Three Sisters movies. I forget Mother of Tears. We see the same type of hand, but in Suspiria in the beginning, the double kill, one of the greatest kills ever.
Oh, one of the greatest kills of all time.
To form which hand that comes through the window and stuff.
Yeah,
and we see that hand a few times.
Just for the fact the chick gets hanged and then the other one gets hit with the glass, like in the head or something like that, or in the chest. I'm like, first time seeing that, I'm like, holy shit! It's
one of the best hanging scenes or hanging deaths there is for me.
He's
The
very
one
ugly.
blind dude that gets killed with the dog. You don't see that coming at all.
You can see in front of him. He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, he
That's
doesn't
such a
speak
funny
English.
line. Hey, Cal, have a good night, buddy.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, just a random stuff with her boyfriend or something like that. Or yeah, just conversations that pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
He does a good job too. Yeah, the brother does a great job in this. She does a great job. He does a great job.
Yeah, one of these Mark. It's me, Mark. And just the way he talks.
Yeah,
man. He talks exactly the same in just one of the guys.
I've seen this dude in other stuff too. So
I
it's like,
definitely have seen him in other stuff, but not in the movie you're talking about, Keith.
Search it up. There's a couple scenes on YouTube. It's called Just One of the Guys. Search up Just One of the Guys and type in whatever this dude's name is. I don't fucking remember his name, but McCloskey or whatever. Type and you'll see this.
I have it up for it. Yeah.
It's him without a mustache. It's the same guy, and he talks exactly the same.
Leigh McCloskey.
Lee
McCloskey.
I'm a sports writer. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm a sports writer. Sure.
Yeah.
He plays her college boyfriend Yuppie.
It's like, can you walk me up to my apartment room, please? Yeah. And a lot of stuff happens in these apartments and places too. That's the Giallo like, you know, what is it? Case of the Bloody Iris, which is top tier. That's top tier release for me. That's a great film.
I haven't seen that in a while. That's a really good one. I got to rewatch that. I just
rewatched
the Red Queen Kill 7 Times.
Kill 7 times? Oh, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, Barbara Boucher.
Great. That's a favorite Giallo. I just saw that.
Oh, the night Evelyn came out of the grave is a bit better. It's a little bit better.
You keep telling you've mentioned that a few times, Chris, and I can't remember if I've seen it or not.
It has. Oh God, what's her name? And she's been in a lot of things.
This guy's the killer from the Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
Yes.
Oh, is that him?
Well, yeah, the husband, right? Before we get the reveal, that's the wife at the end.
He's the
friend. People haven't seen Plumage. That movie's been out 50 fucking years. So spoilers.
Yep, that's him. Sorry.
Bird is a quintessential Giallo. If you want to get into that, that's the quintessential Giallo. Yeah, I mean,
that was the one that really kicked the whole subgenre.
No, it did.
Yes, subgenre off.
70 to 75. That's peak. That's peak right there. You don't get anything like you get some gems, but like.
Oh yeah, I mean, Bava started it basically with the Evil Eye and
the girl knew too much.
Blood, but. You didn't, and you saw like Martino had some late '60s films.
Lenzi did
too. Orgasmo.
Yeah, Lenzi had a lot.
Wasn't that late '60s?
Yeah, Carol Baker.
Yeah, but you
Orgasmo.
You didn't see it kick off until Plumage. Like that was the film that really started. Then you started seeing every Italian director doing giallos.
You see that shot that just happened there. You see a shot of the girl hanging, then you see the glove, whatever, like that, like cutting out something. Like,
yeah, and then the lights flickering off and everything. I love.
It's like he's wondering what's going on in the blue light. He's like going, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, he's getting the head of paper dolls.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What's going on with the lights?
This whole scene's excellent. This whole scene is so good.
The sister goes,
storeroom. It's at the end of the hall.
Yeah. The way she looks at him, yeah.
Well, just the way he looked up, like,
yeah. Like,
it's a long hallway. It's like a long hallway to there. So it's so good.
It's funny because you see that a lot too. It's like it is a long hallway, but it's even longer because of the camera work and how he shoots it, like that far out angle, looking down the hallway and slowly panning in.
Beyond the Door, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Beyond the Door, and then Shock was unofficially Beyond the Door too.
There's a hallway shot like in Deep Red too. You know, when they're going, and you see reflection in the mirror. That hallway.
Yep, you're right.
Whoops,
I can see that.
Carlo.
And what a great reveal that is in Deep Red.
Carlo.
No one notices the first time watching that movie. No one catches, and that was brave of Argento to put the killer right there in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
I love how that looks.
Where are you, Carlo? Yeah, there it is,
on
right
top
there.
of
See the
him.
knife right through him.
No, it's,
Let me pause for 2 seconds and play it. All
Yeah.
right, now I'm caught up to you. I was ahead by like 2
Yeah.
seconds.
that is Deep Red that he's in, not Bird. Deep Red.
Okay, is it Deep Red?
She's
No, he
like
plays
holding him
Carlo. He plays
by the
Carlo.
knife there and stuff like that. That's a trip.
He plays Carlo, right? In Deep Red. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the buddy that's outside the opera singer's house, drunk and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was he's the son of well, not to give much away, but yeah, of what we find out at the end.
Yeah, he goes to his house a couple times, talk to his mom. His mom's all
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, just takes it at. You're done.
Yeah, all of this whole scene is so tense, and with the
Stop
opera
lying,
music
Danny.
playing and the power.
It's very
going
good
on.
slasher-like. Oh,
Oh,
got
yeah.
her. Oh, right in the lower back too. That's mean. That's really
Oh,
mean.
yeah,
I mean,
I
really
mean,
though.
Yeah, I mean, you get
The killer hates his
right there.
victims. Yeah, the killer hates his victims.
Well, you know.
Most killers don't really love their victims, so that's a good point.
You know. Yeah, he definitely has issues.
Oh yeah.
Well, here, have this. I'm gonna stab you in the back. Take this. She's like, "Oh, get that motherfucker out." Oh, take it out.
Yeah, I know she's trying to pull it out. The whole way that scene is set
Sarah.
up, though, with the
Are you here,
electricity,
Sarah?
the
This is a
power going
trip. It's
out.
like he finds something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, the pages. Like, there's a lot of weird, like, but that's the charm of the film. I like films that make you think.
Sarah,
Like,
it's Mark.
Mark.
I love the way this guy talks. Sarah, it's Mark.
Mark.
Yeah, I know. I like his voice. The way he's
It's Mark.
Mark.
You know, this
It's like Bob in House by the Cemetery.
Yeah. Oh,
Mommy.
I fucking hate Bob. Bob's become a recurring gag on my channel.
That poor kid. Because that's not even his voice, you know?
Yeah,
I
his last
know,
name is
I know.
raised up.
Poor
He's
guy.
in some other stuff. He was in
He's in Manhattan Baby.
Manhattan
too. He's in
Baby.
Blade
I like
in the
Manhattan
Dark.
Baby.
I love Manhattan Baby. I think it's such an underrated Fulci movie.
Oh, she's really dead too. That was pretty good. I didn't see that happening. It's like some paper,
She's
like
really
you see the bloody hands go through there, and she just like falls. Like, yeah, she dead. She's dead,
you're
dude.
right, Keith, earlier with
Dead.
the dolls when he was drawing when he tore him out. That's cool.
I'm gonna come looking for the makers of fucking House on the Cemetery if I was him. I'm like, look, man, what's the big fucking idea? Why you gotta give me the most irritating kid voice on the
I know, right?
I'm suing
because
them.
it's not as bad in Blade in the Dark. It's different. Whoever did the dubbing there, but Manhattan Baby. I think
I heard that dubbing. I had that
not as
released from
annoying.
Vinegar Syndrome. I heard the dubbing is pretty infamous. Yeah, that's where he sees one of the mothers there in the car.
Yeah,
So he's like in a trance, which is always kind of funny. You knew what happened? No.
I love how we see the actual, mother Tenebrarum at the end of this.
Yep. There she went, just watching. She's like, what do you think about that?
Yeah. Even though it's a little, I could see some people thinking she looks
What a
little
heel
bulky
turn.
at the end, but I think it looks great. The skeleton and everything like that,
Yeah.
like death itself.
Hey, it's Mark.
I know. He
Oh,
says his name many times in this movie.
oh. Yeah, it's me, Mark.
I can't hear you.
It's great. This guy talks like nobody's business, man. It's just how he talks. He talks like that in every film. When you see a couple of parts from just one of the guys, you'll see what I'm saying. He talks just like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yep, lost
I love his
connection.
character in
Oh,
this.
it begins. New
What
York,
happens?
the same night in April. I like that.
yeah.
The same night in April.
You'd think he's just putting on a voice, but I'll tell you this: if he is, he puts on that same one for every movie. But I think that's just.
No.
I
Some
think it's
some
probably his
voices are
voice,
very
you said, right?
some voices are very distinct. It's the one guy who voiced Pastilli in Your Vice. He's done other stuff, and he plays a
that's
great
pretty
dickhead in
specific.
that. So, I mean,
This guy was a soap opera actor too, so
yes, he was. Yes, yeah. He talks
He did a
about
lot
that.
of-
So they were
Yes.
meant for films like this, really. Like,
Hospital, I think.
nice.
This
That's
is
what I
one of
liked
the-
about early 80s horror and stuff, a lot of like kid stars are growing up here and doing these. Like there's one release that's off topic, a film called Paradise. I haven't seen that film since I was a kid. Like that's a must get for me. Like it's a good film. It's a take off the Blue Lagoon a little bit. Like it has some good stuff in there.
Cates and that Phoebe Cates, didn't it?
Oh, Phoebe Cates. Okay.
Yeah, Phoebe Cates. Yeah.
Maybe I did see it then.
They show that on network television all the time. You know, it's edited, of course, because it's more of an adventure film, but it's really good. I like it.
I love that shot of the phone on the ground with the blue light right on the phone. Like
the bloody, dude, it happens to be right there.
Yeah.
Old places, man. All these old places with these high ceilings and these really tall doors. I love that shit.
Yeah, she goes downstairs because she's upstairs.
Just like the only red in the whole movie is right here.
Yeah. There's not a lot of his signature Argento red.
Something grabs the book. Something grabs the book.
I love that exterior. All the exterior shots of the hotel here are fucking excellent.
The reflection from the globe thing or whatever it is. Yeah.
Dude, we're the ones.
There's a piano like you're talking about. Do. That's straight up gothic.
Oh yeah. There's that one part, I think it was at the beginning with I was saying backstage that it's the same melody as Anthropophagus' score. It's just in a different key, but it's the same melody, and then it shifts up a key and shifts back down to the original key, just like here.
Bava knew what he was doing. He's like going, dude, do the piano like this. Yeah, there we go.
It's been a long time ago. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, if anything, Keith, I'll send you I'll look it up on YouTube. I'll send you the score after this of Anthropophagus. You can compare it and hear it. You'll hear it immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first movie that he stepped outside of Claudio Simonetti and Goblin. It's the first time he stepped outside of him in years when he made this.
Yeah, that's a big notable change with this movie, too.
Interesting film. Yeah. It's a conundrum. I like gems like this.
Just like when he stepped out of his first three movie, the Animal Trilogy, working with Ennio Morricone, it's composing.
Love how her hair kind of looks different, and you see the black cat down there. Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that who he ended up with was Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Yeah. I've always loved ELP and and Genesis, Rush. Those are all my. I love progressive rock.
Oh, Genesis is great. Oh, I love Phil Collins.
I like.
How can you not like him?
All of Genesis's incarnations are great, but like with Peter Gabriel in the 70s, their prog rock era with Peter Gabriel.
He did the soundtrack for The Last Temptation of Christ, which is very good film by Martin Scorsese, in my opinion. But that's Peter Gabriel.
That took him forever to get that movie made too.
They had an incredible rotation of talent in that band, man. Because look, when Peter Gabriel left, look who stepped up. Fucking Phil Collins stepped up.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I didn't know that.
From the drums.
I did not know that. Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Peter Gabriel is with them until
Collins was the drummer. Collins was
yeah. And that's
it's like me and my journey with Rodney names James Dio, because he did Rainbow first, and then
Rainbow has some great songs.
Like
On the Street of Dreams, do you remember me? Great stuff.
It's like over here in California, flipping Montrose, flipping with Hagar, Sammy Hagar, dude. Yeah, Hard Candy, dude, or Rock Candy. Yeah, Rock Candy is a great
Rock Candy. There's some nice yellow there. In the cobweb, just the way there's all the cobwebs that are lit up with yellow.
He's like, how in the hell did I get here? Like, what happened? She's just like walking into this place. Boy, she looks really pretty here.
Well, that's the thing. The Italian makers have always been great with casting just gorgeous women in their movies.
Oh man, yeah. It almost makes you think that they all must be gorgeous over there. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know better,
right? Yeah. It's like any other place.
Martino knew what he was doing with Edwidge Fenn. He was like,
his films were so sensual.
Barbara Bach, he's used her too. I mean, dude.
Very sexualized giallos, like ultra, like more than usual. Martino, a lot of his films were.
Oh no, they're very, very stylish, sexualized.
Yeah,
that's like the criteria. It's like, well, you got to be able to act. You got to be able to act like this, work with me, and you got to be sensual. And
Martino's the most similar to Argento than anybody. because he can do
Yeah,
some good stuff too.
I mean, I think he's the king of giallos, actually, Martino. And there's still a lot of them.
nice. I can see that. Yeah,
But
like I
he
mean,
did
Torso
all the
is like
pure
up there.
giallo. Oh,
Like
Torso.
I think I ranked Torso like 4th. Like yeah, Torso's like top
That's
5
top 3 Martino
easily.
for me. Yeah, for sure.
I have Don't Torture a Duckling over that.
See,
So
I can't get into that fucking movie, Keith. I told you that many times.
It's different. It can go back and forth.
Times and already, and I can't. Like it's something. I don't know what it's the pacing.
It's
I know
because that's Fulci's best giallo, in my opinion. That's done
what
stuff
a lot
like
of people hold that up.
With Lizard in a Woman's Skin.
I love
Lizard in a Woman's Skin is very good. That's very
I love
good.
Lizard, and I love the Psychic. So it's not like I don't like his giallo.
Yeah, there's the hand that just comes like out of nowhere.
This is such a great kill.
Right on the nail.
I love him being yellow, but I much prefer his actual straight horror. I do love some of his yellow,
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, I definitely prefer his
like Torso is like so much a slasher than it is a giallo. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like it's better.
Different.
Yeah, it makes it better than A Bay of Blood, in my opinion. Makes it a little better than A Bay of Blood, in my opinion, because that's really.
I can't put A Bay of Blood under Torso, but it's Torso's a masterpiece. It really is. The score is
fantastic. The actress mentioned with that scene with the window, it's like that was added on because obviously somebody had an issue with her over something, so he wanted her death to be a little bit more brutal. Wise, I'm like, There he is. There he is. Where his sister was at.
Down to the window, and then brings it back up, and then crashes it down on her.
Yeah. Right after her head is put in the nails at the bottom of the window, so her back of her neck is in those rusty nails and shit.
That's
sticking
a great
out.
detail. This shot right here looks right out of Suspiria, not just because it's the same actress.
Ma'am? Yeah, with some meat or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to find out what happened to his sister. So yeah.
I mean, Twitch of the Death Nerve, I always say I think it's the greatest name ever for a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so good.
Steve Miner and Mr. Cunningham, dude, they had to have watched that film. They deny it.
I say it all the time. I say it. There's no.
Miner's a great director. He's a very good director. He's a very good director. Steve Miner.
I do not believe them.
2 and 3 and 4.
I don't believe them at all.
Oh, you see the old man in the wheelchair that doesn't speak? Like,
Oh, yeah. Then we see him later on.
With the nurse and all the maids and all this stuff too.
Not to get ahead and spoil
he's like
that we know who she is.
Yeah,
he's
all looking at him. Hello.
He's like,
touches his portfolio, his little book there, a folder.
Like the way he's looking at him. He's all like, "I want that briefcase. What's in the briefcase?"
He's just gawking at this.
Yeah.
What the fuck is your problem, dude? Why are you staring at me?
He's creepy as shit, and he's touching his personal property and stuff.
He's so good at that. He's all just looking at him like a mean grandpa. Like, I know what you did.
And they're having their conversation, and he's just staring, dead stare at this guy.
Great conversation.
Marky pulled up closer to him. Mark was like,
yeah.
He's like, I'm keeping this right.
He's so funny in this, Mark. I think a lot of it's unintentional, but there's definitely some intention to it. To some of his comedy, like there's some comedy in this movie with his character, especially.
Well, he's just he is what he is. You know what I mean?
There's an elevator open up, and there's more red right there. Like, that's crazy.
Like you said about how he talks the same, Keith, and everything, and I'm sure that's how he talks. I'm sure this is just how he is.
45. Yes. That's where his sister was. That's where his sister was staying. That same place.
There's more red than I remember seeing in this.
That's what I'm saying too. Yeah, because I thought it was just that scene with the window kill and another shot or two. But yeah, there's more red.
What a weird doorknob! I just noticed that the way the doorknob is, the way he closes it. I'm like wondering.
In on the top.
Yeah. It's the way they do their keys, right? It's the way they do their keys too. The way they lock it, it's almost like a combination lock. They go like here, and then
straight nod to the other sister. during this one, Mother Superiorum is still alive, I do believe.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Oh, it kind of takes place in the same time, same universe. Then, oh, dude, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I think it
Like,
takes place at the same.
He's
Like
not dead
these
yet.
events are
All three still
happening
alive.
when Suspiria is, right? Like it's happening.
So this is the
see,
first
that's
movie.
always what could have been. I
Dang.
wonder what stopped him from doing Mother of Tears sooner.
know,
It
for
really
so
makes me
long.
wonder.
Yeah, they're all three during this movie. They're all three still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of shit going on. That's why they go to both places there a bit. Yeah.
That's why that red's still there too. That's why that red is there. It's a sign.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, yeah, that's
a good point there,
That's a
Keith.
very good point. Actually, I never thought of that. It could just be to show the presence.
That's funny with the
still
cat
of
chewing
Mother
on something. You see it
Superiorum.
from the distance and stuff. They all you
Exactly.
just go
I
right
love-
in on the cat.
I
doing
love
that.
how this guy just hates cats and how he gets his ass handed to him for it later.
It's like literally an homage to the black cat, really. Like, because he doesn't like cats and they get their kind of revenge on him a bit.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Don't-
just a few years later, well, maybe a decade later, or a little more, when he did Two Evil Eyes. I mean, that's
It's
his
just so
segment
funny.
was
There's a
Black
window,
Cat.
which is a window to the other store on the other side. So it's just brick when you open that window. I just think that's funny.
Yeah.
That's all you see.
Nice green there.
That's great. Yeah, with the picture.
All that
Yeah, the
red,
picture of the
but
hotel.
when he pushed the animal door, on the other side of the
Yeah.
animal door, it was all straight blue.
Yeah.
On the other side of that door was.
And that
So it's like,
picture is
they're all
almost,
three, they're all three there, man. They're all three all around.
or that painting is almost a portal. I'm just saying. Like, whoever drew that and stuff like that, like, literally, that's a portal. That's like a gateway.
Kind of like the Beyond. The
Yes.
painting in the Beyond.
Yes. The void.
Yeah.
That's what the Beyond is. The Beyond's the void. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
straight up Lovecraft. That's like,
Oh, yeah.
uh-oh. Like, we're stuck here.
Well, that's why the a lot of the characters, and including them at the
There
end,
she
their eyes
is.
turn white, is because it's the void basically. It's very Lovecraft, and it's like their eyes have been opened technically, but like they're blinded by like what they've experienced.
Yeah, because like I was telling
Very
Chris about before you joined us, this is about alchemy. This is about alchemy and
Oh, yeah.
demons. This is straight up
Yeah.
the thing it talks about.
Oh yeah.
That's where you
And
get
to
it shows
introduced
it
to,
very, very early on in that scene with the before the great chase sequence with the cauldrons and everything and the alchemy book she's looking through, and there's a big focus on it in this movie.
mentions that
compared
she's
to the other
barefoot and
two.
stuff like that, too. You get introduced to Daria's character. And, yeah. She's like all
What-
barefoot walking around the red
What
carpet.
timestamp do you guys have? Because I feel like I'm ahead or behind by a minute or so.
I got 54 minutes, almost
And
exactly.
just at the point where he introduces
All right, we're good.
or they introduce her character and stuff, so we're kind of on the right track. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. I was like 20 seconds ahead.
It happens. That always happens. Like,
Yeah.
What's your favorite character that Daria Nicolodi ever did?
Phenomena.
Phenomenon. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've said that.
absolutely phenomenal.
That's her at her
She
best.
plays such
That
a
one-
crazy woman. She's such a
Well,
great
Psycho.
bad in that.
Yeah, it's
As far as
Psycho.
just a basic character goes, just as a basic chick
It's a
goes,
basic
I
one.
He's
it
Ken
would be
Voorhees,
deep
technically.
red.
in fucking
Deep
deep
red.
red. Deep red,
Yeah,
I
Deep
love
Red's
her.
me too. I love
She's
the
mom
banter.
wrestling dude and shit.
A lot of people like
Yeah.
her in Shock, and a lot of
I
people
love
like
her
her
in
in that.
Shock too. Yeah, I mean
Shock's really cool. Yeah.
that's a big
Shock's
saving.
doing
Not
She's
saving
very
point, I
tame
love
in this, and she's done tame pretty well before. She's very pretty. She was very pretty,
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way. So, I mean,
Tenebrae would be a second, Keith.
yeah,
would
Tenebrae is
be a
great.
second
When she
under
screams
Deep
at the end, like
Red. Oh, her screams
in the
fucking
door, I was like,
fantastic.
"Oh, she's
That's one of the
broken."
greatest
That
endings
did
ever
it.
for Tenebrae.
That did it. That's PTSD, like at its point right there. That's not good.
Tenebrae's
It's
ending,
like-
the last 20 minutes of Tenebrae is one of the greatest endings in horror.
it is very good. It is very good.
That's when it gives you a false finish. It gives you a false killer. It's like you think it's going
That's
one
so
way.
good. That's so good.
Oh yeah, and the way that he used the fake razor with the blood squirts out, so all of that is great, and the arm cut off and how it sprays on that
That's-
white wall.
That's why a lot of people think Dario's the best at just doing this, because he's the most like you don't know who the killer is until at the end. He's kind of the best at doing that as director. Like Sergio's
He
really
does
good
have
with it.
very
With
good
Torso,
reveals.
I never expected that.
Yeah,
like-
he has very good reveals, Argento. I mean Martino too, but Argento, yeah, you might be right. I agree with that mostly.
I like how smart the
best
killer was in Torso. You know, when
Yeah.
No, he's extremely smart, dude. Yeah.
she's in that room, how he's tricking her
He's
and
playing
shit.
games with her. Yeah, he's playing
Oh
games
yeah,
with her.
toying with her completely.
Yeah.
Two different movies. It's like two
Shit,
different
that's so-
movies from the beginning. It's like
Yeah.
half a movie here and half a movie here.
Yeah.
It has layers to it. Opera has about 3 different endings. If you really want to,
Yeah,
like-
yeah, I know. That movie could stop multiple times near the
Yeah,
end
dude.
and be fine ending.
I can
that
think
way.
of at least 3.
Yeah, I mean, it could end right after The Room when she burns the killer and shit, and then it goes on to when she moves on, and then she, the cops and
or
shit
where the
come in on
boyfriend dies and they have that conversation in the car and then it just pans out and there's the credits. You're like, what
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, that movie could end in a few different spots, but that's my favorite Argento film is Opera. I love Opera so much.
Yeah.
That's why I forget he has a crutch here. So you're like, something's going on here.
Well, that's why he falls into the lake or river or whatever later, right? When he's trying to drown the cats.
Yeah, trying to drown the cats. That's pretty sadistic. This dude has it coming. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Like,
that's when you could tell that their marriage was over. Was an Opera, just the way he killed her off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know. He wanted to make that
that's true.
operatic looking.
That was done so well. That was done so well.
One of my
Closure,
favorite shots.
goddammit.
That's a top shot. Oh yeah, he's like, if I can't kill you in real life, I'm gonna make this last one actually over the top crazy.
Now we're done. We're done.
Yeah, exactly. And now I got this amazing shot and stuff in my film. Now
was it Fulci that was going through a divorce or something like that with one of his films? God, I'm surprised I forget about it. I know, like it seems to happen.
I know he had a daughter that died.
He did
pretty young.
He did.
And, didn't his wife die too?
I don't
remember. When he was still alive. I think she might have.
Only one that's left is his daughter, his other daughter. Like, because she does stuff sometimes. Yeah, she'll talk about him, of course. Damn cats. Yeah, breaking stuff. The dude's funny.
Fulci for Fake is a great documentary if you guys haven't seen it.
That's on Shudder. Yeah, I need to check that out. I heard it's quite good.
It's all in Italian, which is fine. But
yeah, there's no issue with
I know
that.
for with us, I mean, big.
Dude, I'd listen.
But if people are big into it, it might be like a little much to just be reading the subtitles of a documentary and it being all Italian. But great documentary.
It's like with the cat in the brain. They have that footage when he showed up at that con where nobody knew he was going to show up. Boy, that takes me back a bit. I'm like, whoa, look at that.
He was so surprised at that.
He's like, "Hello, everybody." Yeah, I'm like, "Oh,
so many fans."
Yeah,
he didn't know his films were so popular, like in the States.
Neither did Deodato. They never really did because they don't get now. They do. Then they didn't. No.
Oh yeah, they didn't get any of the recognition.
Argento did, of course, because he had backing. Make no mistake, he had backing.
And, I mean, we wouldn't have Dawn of the Dead if it wasn't for Argento. And Romero even said that in interviews. He said he put up the funding, everything. He made that aid.
Saved him. He did.
That's a tragedy. That's really a tragedy because I love Land of the Dead. And that's a studio film, but I love that film a lot. You can tell what they could do with that. You could tell what they could do with that.
It's like great. I love Land.
Yeah. Land of the Dead is really good too. I need to watch that one. It's been a long time.
Yeah. I mean, Diary of the Dead is the one I've watched of this. The
found footage one.
Yeah. I've watched that more recently.
Steelbook that just got released for that.
I did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Days aged the best of all of them, though.
The music is so good in that. The music is so good.
John Harrison's score is great. It's such a build. Yeah, exactly. It's just a build of tension throughout that whole film and the lack of communication between everybody.
That one dude that threatens to kill himself and all this other stuff too, her buddy and stuff like that starts coming on to her. He's all like laughing. She's telling him just back the F off. I was like,
yeah, it would go day like it's always been for me, and then night, dawn, then land, and then diary, and then survival.
I have Survival of the Dead. I had that lenticular cover.
Survival of the Dead at all. I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's like a Hatfields and McCoy type of a thing, for I understand. But yeah, that was his last, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what it is. Hatfield and McCoy. Yeah, Yep, basically, and it comes from a couple of the characters from Diary. Like
Does it?
Yeah, it's like a kind of like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I
characters.
don't remember anything about Survivor. I saw it maybe when it came out, which was when late 2000s.
It just didn't get. It got lowbrow type stuff. I get it. It's like
Yeah.
people got kind of tired of seeing it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
then all of a
It's
sudden we
definitely
get
one I got to rewatch.
Walking Dead. We get that. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, okay.
Well, that
Yeah.
that took over everything for the zombies genre.
And
for
it's
a
Mr.
while.
Kirkman. I mean,
Oh yeah, you got old K&B. They blew up with Walking Dead, but I mean they've been doing effects.
Kirkman
work,
did
amazing
Hellfest.
effects.
I love Hellfest. He did that.
Hellfest.
He directed that. Yeah.
That's why I like Kurtzman directed Wishmaster. The first Wishmaster was directed by Rob Kurtzman.
I didn't know that.
I guess about Kurtzman, Berger, and Nicotero.
Nicotero, yeah. Kurtzman directed the first Wishmaster, which is why the effects were so on point in that.
KNX, KBX, something like that.
K&B, yeah.
Yeah.
But look how they blew up The Walking Dead, and they were already hugely established.
They finished that with 100 issues. They finished that with 100 issues, and they carried it because they know it's money. You know,
oh, absolutely. But you look at like the effects work on the zombies in The Walking Dead.
God,
even the first few seasons, it's night and day compared to anything in Romero.
Oh, it's terrific. Yeah, I love the first 3 to 4 seasons. And then I just tuned out because I tuned out of it for a minute. Then I came back when they introduced the Negan character, where they decided, we're just going to kill a bunch of.
That's right around when I started getting a little tired with it. Was like season 7, after that whole season with Negan for the first season that he's in for the whole time.
Right, where Rick takes him out. Rick kills him and stuff. I remember that scene. It's a deep scene where he looks at everybody and they're all looking at him like, going, "Why the hell did you do that?" and stuff like that. It's like, I had no choice. Like, really? Yeah.
That was such a fucked up cliffhanger. Yeah, Glenn and Abraham. Yeah. That was such
Andrew Lincoln's a great actor.
Oh,
him and Josh Bernthal. I mean, man.
Oh, yeah.
that dude has a great podcast.
They got a lot of great actors and actresses throughout the whole.
He was made to play the Punisher. He's a good Punisher character. He's Australian. I think both of them are. I may be wrong.
I think Lincoln is British. He could be Australian.
I remember they did an award show and they talked regular and stuff like that. I'm like, that's what makes them good actors. If they're ever able to change that, because Bernthal is a good character actor. Like Sicario, he's great in that. Boy, he can just get that rage like really quick.
Yeah. That's a great shot. The air duct or whatever. He's looking at
the window comes in his nice flipping puffed up hair and shit.
There's that blue coming right through there.
Yeah. That's
and he's losing breath too.
A lot more tranquil and mellow looking than Suspiria. Suspiria is more, especially with the Goblin score playing so much throughout it. It's just an assault on the senses, like audio with the music, visual.
Almost.
Yeah,
that's where she sees
the score throughout it. This one, the score obviously is very different. It's a lot more melancholy too, from Emerson than the Suspiria theme.
That's when she like breathes up. She's like, oh, and that's where she sees like the bloody handprint and stuff like that on the curtain.
Yeah, and
there's something about it that has almost the same type of feel as like the Suspiria score too, though.
The blue is holding him back. You notice that once the blue appears, he loses his breath and shit. To your point, Keith, it's like each color represents something else.
Oh yeah, they always did, like in Suspiria.
Very true, Synth. I like the Exterminator. Yeah, my favorite Punisher is Dolph Lundgren. He's my favorite. Like, I really like the original Punisher film with him. It's a dark film, dude. That's brutal.
The Exterminator, yeah.
And in Suspiria, like, that's how I always looked at the colors. Is this like the perfect example is? Oh, let me see that. Oh, Exterminator, nice. I don't think I was never a big Punisher fan. I know I've seen the one with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, that's a trauma film.
The only one I think I've seen.
It's not really the Punisher, but it is, but I mean, it's not, but it is. It's not Frank Castle, but it is.
Yeah, it is. It's the less trauma out of all the trauma films is the Exterminator. Like, Christopher George is in that. Yeah, Christopher George is in that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Christopher George. He was in so many great things.
And the
some not so
one
great.
black
but
the one
he's
black
great.
actor in there was in American Ninja with Michael Dudikoff. That's the same actor.
Okay.
Mother's Day doesn't feel very trauma-ish either, though.
Like, yeah, Mother's Day. Yeah, that may be a
Oh,
number
is
one
Mother's Day
as the trauma film.
Mother's Day is
Yeah.
trauma? I never
Yeah.
would have
Yeah,
guessed
it's trauma.
that, 'cause I
It's
love
trauma
Mother's
before
Day.
that.
I would have never guessed that.
It's the brother of the director who created the Toxic Avenger.
Okay, I never.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that Mother's Day was a trauma film. Yeah, because
That's a great release by Vinegar Syndrome because they have an interview with both of them, like interviewing each
yeah.
other. It's so good. Yeah.
I got like 5 Mother's Days.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of that movie, Keith.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. Them in the same spot as Friday the 13th. Same area, like miles apart.
Yeah,
When they were shooting, they went to the same bar and hung out and drank together.
yeah.
Yep.
When in part 2, the bar in part 2, right?
Yeah.
Friday.
Well, I'm not sure which bar they went to, but they
Oh, this is where the cats just totally
bar right
attack
there.
her. They go off on her.
When days of shooting were done for both sets, they
They
kind
would
of
meet at the same bar.
met each other at the bar to drink and hang out. Yeah,
That's cool. I didn't. I knew they were filmed right close to each other. I didn't know that the crew.
Poor
went to
Nicolati,
hung
man,
out
having
together.
these cats like thrown at you. And
Yeah.
like,
poor cats, man.
flipping.
poor kitty cats.
Those poor kitty cats looking to fall all over, dude.
Never see.
That cat is stuck on her head. That one was like, no, I don't think so, motherfucker.
I know. You never see.
That's
such
a good
aggressive
shot. I wonder what they
cats
put on
outside
her.
of Italian horror.
That
Italian
one
horror
cat
is
was
just the most
amazing.
vicious cats that there are.
It's like catnip.
That
Like
cat
they probably
was
put on her.
fucking head,
Yeah,
man.
like
And
death
they
is
did
their
it.
cat.
Oh, look at the claws and shit, man. Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
hurt.
Look at
The way that's all filmed is great.
Bye-bye.
The close-ups of the cat's teeth and then all of that. It really sells it. Of something that would be kind of ridiculous in like an American film. Like
Yeah.
Oh, it'd
seeing
be
a
really
woman-
ridiculous.
A woman
Yeah.
attacked by all these cats. If it wasn't for the style of Argento and this camera work and stuff, it would come off very ridiculous and
He
hokey.
just stumbles in. You see the maid like see him with that look on his face. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the same actress who played Madame Blanc, right? It's the
Yeah, in
same-
Suspiria. Yeah.
yeah, what is it?
great.
1, 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen her in other stuff too. You can just
Yeah, no,
recognize
she's
the
been in
face,
a
but
decent amount of things actually.
here, drink this.
Yeah,
Give me
because
that.
he's the
Yeah,
one that
they
talks
start-
about the big dude being ugly.
Don't they? Yeah, exactly. Don't they start telling him that he had a heart attack or he had a heart problem or some shit? And like he's
Yeah.
like, I never had any type of issues.
The issue with that. What are you talking about?
He's like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling good. Pouring fucking water down my throat, man. Hang on a minute.
All,
Yeah,
all
it's like, yo,
disciples.
let me swallow it. Let me swallow the water.
All
You're
flipping
waterboarding him.
disciples. Yeah, these funky dreams and stuff.
Quit helping me.
Wow, wow, like all weird like synth type sounds and shit.
It's like, hang on a minute. Stop helping me, please. Damn. Because there's porters going to the side of his face and shit. He's like, just one fucking minute.
That's
Yeah, Daria,
now it
since-
just hit me in Tenebrae with the woman in this movie. Is she plays in the flashback sequences. The woman with the red heels and stuff. That's who she plays in Tenebrae.
The one that's circled by the guys and shit.
Yeah.
Very,
For some reason, I was thinking of another Bava movie that I thought.
I wouldn't
or
be
a Bava
surprised.
movie that I thought
Yeah.
she was in, but
Yeah, that's an interesting scene when they're.
Oh, the scene with the flies or the was it ants or whatever like that. It was interesting how they did that because with the ants that like just go back or the bugs that go automatically go back in the floor, they use like a vacuum or something like that. They did something and they all just like put them out there.
yeah. No, you
Yeah,
always have
just-
creative ways with the bugs.
Oh, it's
in
great.
Phenomena with the fly, the swarm of flies that come
Oh,
down.
dude. Yeah, that's
That
so good.
effect was done.
That creeped
so
me
well.
out. That's creepy stuff. You're like, it's like, you
Oh,
know,
yeah. There's a lot of forced perspective used in that with the fly. I forgot how
City
it
of the
was shot.
Living Dead with all the maggots being like put in a blower on purpose.
Yeah, well, that's just launching
purpose.
fucking thousands. Yeah,
On purpose. Yeah.
They paid him back for that.
Oh,
Yeah, Christopher George did. Yeah, little bitch. Like,
We know it was Christopher George.
dipped his pipe.
He just has that personality.
Dipped his pipe in it. He put it in his pipe bag. Because he told them you can't smoke in the church. He smoked the cigars they don't smoke in the church. Yeah. What's wrong with you?
He blamed a lot of his later health decline and stuff because of smoking the maggots out of that pipe. I doubt it.
Well, no, it happens with every, you grow old and stuff, ailments happen.
I'd say the tobacco was much more harmful than the maggots to smoke.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I like the fact that the House is a Doom set. It has 2 of his films. It's like, and 2 Lenzi films too. They're like TV horrors, I think. Less known films.
Be pleased, Mr. Kazan.
Yes, since it's saying to you, Gorfo, just like, how do you do that? Someone mentions any movie and you always have some relevant collectible just off camera like you planned it. Yeah, no,
he does.
Where every fucking movie is, bro. He does it every
he's
time.
Rowdy.
I've known him. As soon as the movie's boom right on the show, he knows exactly where the fuck that movie is.
Like Roddy Piper, just when they think they have the question, I got the answers or something.
Just when you think they have the answers, I change the questions.
That's how I would be. That's how I used to be back in the day when I had physical media. And the same with books and shit. I'd go write a book off
That's
the book.
Not done on purpose. That's not done on purpose. It's just, I guess we all got the same, ideas and movies in common and all got the same likes. It's like, shit.
But by the way, books are great. There's nothing wrong with reading horror books and just historical books. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Dracula is a great story by Bram Stoker. Holy shit. I'm so happy I started reading that. Wow.
I don't remember
what a book.
I've read the original Dracula. It had to be 20 years ago, maybe. I gotta reread that. I know I have a copy somewhere.
That's probably the best version of Renfield you can probably get.
Let's test the theory. But let's test the theory. Name a film.
All right. Dr. Giggles.
Don't have Dr. Giggles.
All right. Torso. Fucking awesome. Boom. Love that cover. Love that cover too.
Graduation Day.
Graduation
Day. No, it's right where it is.
That's a trauma film. Yeah, it's a trauma film. Yeah. The Slasher Collection version. Yeah. I have the Vinegar Syndrome one.
It's all right. Graduation Day.
Actually, man, I do not have Miss 45 yet. I did have it a long time ago, but it got ripped off.
They call her Brown Eye.
Yeah.
Don't have that either. I want that motherfucker, but the version I want is so fucking
expensive. Way out of print. That's way out.
How about this? Psycho 3.
I do have it. It's part of a collection, though.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. The Arrow collection. Yeah, dude. That is the set. Hell yeah, that is the set.
There's that one, and then I also got the Scream Factory up here.
The remake?
No, the
Yeah, nice.
Oh, just grabs that poor cat right from the back of the fur.
I know,
you
right?
Little asshole.
And there's no skunk cats and shit back then. He's just doing this shit to all these cats.
Me. Oh, it just beats the cat. It just goes whack.
Holding.
It's like knocks it out. He's like, "Fuck you, cat." What the fuck?
Slams his fucking face on it. That's funny.
Oh my god.
And a great childhood trauma film, Watership Down, Rabbits. Watership Down's a great animated film based off the book.
I haven't seen it.
Can you guys name 2 movies that I do want very badly, because the Miss 45 I used to have was a really nice German media book, and it got fucking ripped off. That's the last time I let anybody in this room fucking around.
Heck yeah! I'm sorry, Keith. Yeah, absolutely.
I was looking for the Fight Club, my novel of Fight Club, and I couldn't fucking find it.
Oh, from Chuck Palahniuk. Yeah.
Yeah, I remembered I lent it out to a friend a decade plus ago, and I never got it back.
Yeah.
I love Chuck Palahniuk. I have a few books of his.
He did another book too, which I heard is pretty terrifying. It's like some short stories. I think. Ghost stories, I think, or something like that. It shows a picture of a dude like screaming or something like that.
I know the cover. I have what books do I have from him? I had Fight Club. Choke is a great novel by him.
Oh, I'm trying to dive into disturbing books because I've read some disturbing books. There's a newer indie author, I forget her name, did a book called True Crime. It could be done with a movie with Mia Goth in it. It's very disturbing. It's very good. I highly recommend that book. Like, I'm like, oh, it's like.
I would try to. I can't screen share right now. I have 2 fucking lists on my laptop and like 2 lists on my phone that are up to probably like 100 plus movies on each one of them. Every time one of you guys or somebody mentions a movie I haven't seen in forever or that I haven't seen, it gets added to the list.
Dreamcatcher, people like to shit on. I didn't mind the film.
Stephen King's
yeah, Dreamcatcher. Yeah,
it's not terrible. The CGI is I mean, it didn't hold up great, but I always liked the story.
Pacing's a little bit of an issue. It almost seems as long as it is, but other than that, it's not a bad film.
No, not at all. It does get a lot of shit though. You're right, Chris.
This is where, he's just going to take the cats, like, and just like, I'll go in the middle of like this river and just throw them in there. I thought that was
with
funny.
His crutches.
Yeah, with his crutches. Yeah,
and
he's
then
going
he wonders why his dumbass falls.
He's trying to push the bag in there. Why push the bag in there?
Crutches, he's pushing him down to drown him, I guess.
He sees the rats. He does see the rats.
You know, when you see this scene, what this scene's for? This scene is to have a cool fucking annihilation.
Yeah, yeah. There's a surprise that happened. Oh, there's the Twin Towers. Look at that, dude. Yeah, they showed that.
That's so sad, man. I always wanted to, because they were taken down when I was in like maybe 27 or so, 28. I was
in 6th grade.
28, and it really upset me. Not for selfish reasons, because I did want to go there. I really badly wanted to go there. I always wanted to go to New York and see shit in New York. But it was sad because of what happened, but also because damn it, I wanted to
there he goes. He just falls over. He's like, "Whoops,
man."
Well, anytime you make it out to New York one day, Keith, we gotta fucking hang out.
Like Daredevil, go to Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Harlem, Times Square.
They cleaned up Harlem a lot.
Yeah, no, I've watched news reports on it and stuff like that. About stuff going on with it. Yeah, my parents have been there.
I've been to Harlem over the years, not voluntarily. A lot of times, just end up.
Oh yeah, they start eating at his legs. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, start eating at his legs.
This scene is to me like the equivalent, and that looks great with his.
It is Annihilation. You're right, Keith. It is Annihilation. Yeah.
This scene is like the equivalent of the dog scene in Suspiria.
The blind guy, yep.
Yeah.
No,
very isolated, very dark, very lack of color for the most part, except that blue there.
These rats are getting back at him, man. They're getting back at him for all animals. See what he did.
What happens in your nightmare?
They're standing up for animal species everywhere.
And chewed at by rats. This film is actually quite funny because I didn't see it coming either. It's like, help me! See this dude come out here with a cleaver.
Oh.
No, that's the greatest part about it. Is you think he's just getting eaten by rats, and that's the end of the scene. But
that's a good kill there, JT. I think you put that in your top kills because it's a good one. It's unique.
Yeah, there was a few ones in there for sure. I know the window one definitely was.
The rats were like, "No, he's mine. No, he's mine."
Yeah, they're all taking fucking bets and shit over him. No, I want him first.
They were fighting over
the scene in Fulci's house by the cemetery with the stupid bat, man. That lingers for a long time, dude. That lingers forever. I'm like, just kill it.
Yeah, it's just like typical Fulci. He just lingers on everything. And
there it is. There he is.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awful. Yeah,
and that's a great shot too of the rat.
That's a cook and something like that. He's in one. Oh, he's in one of those moving around like places.
Yeah, he's like, I thought it was him.
Look at him all run over there.
Right in the water. In New York, this guy would have been fucking out of there. He would have gotten his truck and drove right away.
Right. He said, I don't think, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with whatever that craziness is over there. He'd be out of there.
You don't fight with the Reds. Never fight with the Reds.
Black. Oh, man. And he's doing it the hard way, too.
I love that. That knife.
And then you hear the
knife
piano and
back
shit
into
like
his neck.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, and he threw the knife out. It's like, yeah, F you. That's what you get. That's what you get.
I love how the moon, there's a few shots of the moon in that scene, and it was almost looked like it was eclipsed at some point. And then you see it now as like a crescent moon.
Oh, God, there's so many rats and stuff like that. The way they do that, dude. Like,
why'd he come over and chop him? Shut him the fuck up?
Yeah. Also, because, the book that didn't it come from his bookstore, right?
yes.
The alchemy book, not the book that she found at the library. Yeah, the alchemy one.
Okay.
I think that's why he's taking care of.
I thought maybe he was like, I'm trying to close up. You shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
trying to close the stands.
This guy does a good job too. I feel like I've seen him before also. The guy talking to Madame Blanc's actress, whatever her name is.
You realize kind of what's going on, whose stuff that is, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, this movie definitely has a lot more giallo aspects to.
No, it does. Yeah, a lot of back and forth here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own agenda.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That convoluted giallo, classic giallo format where everyone has their own agenda, everyone's out for themselves, everyone's fucking greedy, and then they're
greedy, shady piece of shit. Yeah.
Is their view of the world. Kind of like Rob Zombie's white trash view of the world. Same aspect.
Yeah. Devil's Rejects. Yeah.
I just wish he would switch things up, Rob Zombie, at this point.
I think he may be retired
at Halloween. I mean, maybe after the Monsters remake.
I
was never a big Monsters fan, but
he's a huge. That's the problem. He's a huge fan. He's shown his collection before. He's like, whoa. Sometimes it's not meant for a fan to do that. Sometimes it's not meant to do that. I can see Damien Leone do it. I mean,
I can see him do it. Man. Rob makes fun of himself, basically. He doesn't care.
That's why he doesn't take projects willy-nilly. It's just
Damien Leone. Damien Leone presents Friday the 13th.
Him not filming something. Yeah, I know, right?
He does want to do a Chainsaw Massacre film, though. He's always talked about that.
That's the series that I always saw him doing. Like,
he was meant to do that. Like Quentin Tarantino would be meant to do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film back in the day when he was doing Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. I could see him doing that.
I could see a Texas Chainsaw entry from Tarantino.
There was talk he wanted to do a Friday the 13th film. I would wonder how that would be under him.
He almost did a Halloween. He almost did a Halloween film. It ended up turning out it ended up becoming H2O. It was going to be Tarantino directing, and it was going to be Carpenter writing,
Oh, that'd be great.
That would have been so much better than we got with H2O.
Carpenter's a better producer. He became a better producer than he did a director. When he was towards the end, because Ghosts of Mars could have been so much better.
It's the writing that suffered with Carpenter later on, in my opinion. Man,
absolutely. The Ward.
I heard The Ward is pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's not good. I saw it once when it came out, and that was it. I had no desire again.
That's like, well, that did it.
Yeah, there's more red there. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more red in this than I remember.
Yeah,
I've seen this movie a decent amount of times.
All the colors of Italian horror.
Yeah.
It's like she's the one that's not in it, so that they got some shit from her. So it's showing that her presence is there anyway.
Yeah, there's more presence there. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was saying going at earlier with Suspiria, that I always looked at, like, Sarah's scene especially is great with that. When she's getting chased.
Yeah, the eyes are out and shit like that. That's a good scene right there. You're wondering what's going on. It's like,
When Sarah and that's great with the eyes gouged out. Yeah. That looks.
And then the candle falls and he gets set on fire. So this is where it gets interesting.
Yep. That's great. Now that red, when like Sarah and Suspiria is running down the hallway, well, there's the green light first, which is kind of like, to me, like shit's going down. Then the red in the hallway, whenever she's in danger and being directly chased, you got the red.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Then when she goes into the room and locks herself
there she goes. Oh, that's so good.
Blue. So I mean, all the colors definitely have, like, blue is safe in a way, and red is you're in fucking danger.
Yeah. That's a great death right there,
That
dude.
is great.
Curtain
Yeah,
all wraps her in
burning body
flames and
through
she
that.
jumps. You have the mirror at the bottom where she falls. Boom, that's it. And then you just see the smoke and the flame still going. It's like, dude,
now
that's a great
and now it's a full moon. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I never noticed the different moons. I wonder if it was continuity from filming different nights. That's
and
probably
he's walking around wondering what the hell is going on, man. Like, I'm like,
no, I think that's intentional because they're making sure that we see it. I mean, he's putting the camera directly on
yeah,
that.
you're right. You're right. I was thinking maybe it was just on the different nights they were shooting the different phases of the moon, but he definitely focuses on zooms in on that heavily in that shot.
He's making sure that we see that. Yeah, he's not trying to get around it. He's making sure that it is full.
Yeah, yeah.
There's Mark. What are you doing, Mark?
I love those drapes, the curtains there.
Yeah. I like all that.
Argento just always had a knack for picking locations and sets and stuff like that. Like, always lucked out with the most amazing fucking sets and locations.
Because I mean, this is 1980, but I mean, it still might as well be late 70s.
It still feels, it feels it has a 70s feel to it still for sure. Well, it was filmed in 79. It was filmed.
It takes decades. Certain decades, every decade it takes like an extra year or two for it to actually switch over and for shit to look different and change.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, my friend. You have a great night, and we'll see you.
Hey, Synth.
Next time.
Great night, buddy. Thanks for hanging out tonight.
Oh, yeah, I always think of trippy shit. Like this is like, too, the way they look at the paintings and stuff. A picture of Dorian Gray. Like books like that, which are very disturbing. Like,
yeah, I've seen some of Dorian Gray's work.
Oh yeah, Miss 45. Yeah, it's typical that Parts Unknown would bring up Miss 45. You're a sick man. One of the first times I ever met him, I was doing Chainsaw Massacre, and I was talking about it, and he was like, "That's a funny, that's a hilarious film." And I was like, "Wow, this dude knows what's up." The fact that he just finds it funny, I was like, "Whoa, all right."
The Devil's Honey, I'm sure that's a great 4K because I really like The Devil's Honey.
Really?
Do you? Film. Yeah.
I've only seen it once.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking romantic comedy almost. Like, it's weird.
It is a little softcore stuff in there, but it's very 80s. But I think the plot is very well done. I like the whole idea of revenge and what she does to the dog. I do think that dog is dead. I do think that German Shepherd is dead. It better not be, but I think it was. There's a scene where she like buries it like at the beach and she just tosses the dog in there. I'm like, that better not be a real,
Well, I mean, look at the track record from the early 80s, late 70s with the Italian directors and animals. I mean, they weren't that great. Yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind. But I mean, a lot of them did that.
Milo and Otis.
Milo and Otis.
That a lot of cats died in that film. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Night of the Seagulls. That's part of the Blind Dead trilogy.
Yeah, how you doing,
that's pretty good. Yeah, Night of the Seagulls. There's that Ghost Galleon was the last.
I like your new name, Russ. Your channel name from Parts Unknown.
Yeah, I like the picture too, man. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Russ is great. He sees some good ones. He's seen some good ones. Like I say, you've all watched them before. I'm just knee deep into the more obscure stuff. Like,
he's been with us for a long time now.
Oh yeah, Russell's been part of this community.
Great dude.
Forever now.
Well, this is where he opens the part of the floor. This is where you see all the ants and shit and like all this stuff.
Yeah, this is very well done.
He's testing it. He's testing
that pink light that's flashing through the blue in the curtains. That's excellent.
It does, yeah.
I'm thinking about starting at 3 years of Italian horror and giallo over again. Do you remember a couple years ago, JT, when I was doing that?
When you were doing a lot of the watch is all Italian, right?
Every Monday night for over 3 months. Yeah. Remember, I started with
I remember.
So with Fulci, did like 4 or 5 films, and the last 8 or 9 was Argento. But I never did this.
The Gates of Hell trilogy, which I call a quadrilogy because I think the Gates of Hell starts with Zombie. I think that's the first.
I started with Zombie, See the Living Dead, The Beyond. And House Light Cemetery was the first one.
Which is my favorite. Beyond's a masterpiece. Like
Beyond is my favorite.
There's a lot of stuff wrong with it, like places in New Orleans do not have basements. No, not that's by the way. So
that's
unique.
something that's always been a weird continuity thing there, or not continuity.
Yeah, Attack of the Beast creatures is pretty bad, but yeah, it's fun
because of where it sits and all the storms and flooding. Is that why they don't have basements?
Yeah,
makes sense.
But it makes it even worse
good-wise. In New Orleans and some of the cemeteries and stuff, they bury their dead above ground because the fucking
voodoo
levels and everything under the ground will push
voodoo. It's the most Lovecraftian of all of his films. It's the most Lovecraftian to me, even though it's like City of the Living Dead is done in what's it called?
Yeah, Dunwich.
Yeah, Dunwich. Yeah, Dunwich horror. Yeah.
Yep. Classic Lovecraft. Well, Fulci wanted that film City to be very Lovecraftian. That's why he named it Dunwich the town.
Oh yeah, because there's a book that's involved, Book of the Dead. They even call it that. Like
there's two different names that they use because in the Beyond it's a different name than City.
Yes,
one is the Book of Enoch and one's the Book of Avon, and I'm pretty sure Enoch is in City and Avon is in Beyond.
Enoch is a great grandson of Adam.
Yeah, no, the book of Enoch is a real book.
Yeah,
biblical text.
Book of Enoch talks about Methuselah, which they like to call vampires. Immortal. Yeah. The story of Cain is fascinating, to tell you the truth. It's really, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of holes in the ground and shit and the floors in this movie.
Yeah.
The one with the water at the beginning. Yeah. Now this one.
Maybe Argento took from the Beyond. Maybe he's like, you're going to do the Beyond? Okay, I'll do something similar. Yeah, here we go. This is a trip. It's an underground area.
I wonder how long they had to scout to find this particular location because it's perfect for it.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, Thirst is a Japanese vampire film, I think. Yeah, Thirst is quite.
Yeah, I love it.
One of the newer ones. I love their films, but like I've seen quite a few of them now. But there's good. Oh yeah, the cat's like eating something.
Yeah, Mother Sister.
So good.
So good.
Yeah, they're singing about the three mothers.
Yeah. I always love that.
He's way down there, so he sees the fire.
This movie gets more hard rock prog a bit, like with this piece of music.
It does.
Because a lot of piano stuff, which makes sense with Emerson versus Goblin scores. But that sounds close to something Goblin would do.
Yeah, in a perfect world, I could have heard them doing it. I could have heard one doing the other.
I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You didn't see it, but Tangerine Dream could do an Argento film. I think.
Oh,
Tangerine Dream is great. They make films what they are. They made Thief what it is, and they made Legend what it is, in my opinion. It's really.
It was funny. I was just listening to Love on a Real Train, the Tangerine Dream track from Risky Business, which I've never been a Tom Cruise fan, never been a fan of any of him as a person or as an actor. He's a good actor. Never liked
He's great in Legend. He's very good in Legend.
Yeah, Legend's good. Especially with him Scientology and all that's brainwashing shit.
Yeah, you kind of separate that.
But back in the 2010s, when I used to go to a lot of concerts and a lot of
he's great in Collateral. Collateral is one of his best films. He's really good in that by Michael Mann. Ooh.
But that Love on a Real Train was a track that was on this Space Disco House compilation that I used to listen to a lot 15 years ago. And I never saw Risky Business back then. So I didn't know that was from that movie.
Right.
I still need to watch it. I have it. Sorcerer with Roy Schreider. That's a William Friedkin film. That's Tangerine Dream score, if you understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know that one. I mean, Tangerine Dream is great. I've always liked their music.
I need to get some of their albums. I've started to collect like CDs again and stuff like that. I have a bunch saved on my Amazon wish list, like some In Flames ones that I really wanted anyway.
Dude,
Like,
In Flames is great.
yeah, Clayman's probably their best album.
Clayman is very good. I like Horacle, their second album.
Yeah, that was. I remember
That's my
I
favorite.
downloaded that album on iTunes. You know, I got that because that was the year that came out was the year I graduated, 97. So I'm like, yeah, why not?
Okay,
Check
yeah.
out these dudes then.
Yeah, I like
That's when
Horacle.
Jester was with them.
The Jester race, their first full album. That's great too.
Yeah.
Clayman was the last album, and then Colony they did, and then Clayman. I think Clayman.
That's probably one of the greatest new albums ever done. Like, I mean, really, that's the year 2000. That's a great. I mean, every song there is great. Pinball Map and For the Week are my favorite from them.
Only For the Week is great. There's so many great tracks on there.
Yeah, Clayman. Cloud Connected. That's from another album of theirs.
Yeah, great song too. What was the name of the album? Starts with an R. I think it has Trigger on it also.
Yeah, Trigger. Yeah, that's from the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack. That's why I got introduced to them a little bit.
Great stuff.
That's a great soundtrack too. Yeah, Lamb of God has a song in there too. That's so good.
Yeah, I've seen them actually back in the day. There was like
Where's my sister?
Yeah, I love the way you deliver.
Where's my sister? She's dead actually.
So
she's part of the hotel. She's part of it now.
Her essence will be ever reflected as a color. Just like every other one.
Like, oh, by the way, I can talk, you know.
The coolest of them all. Mother's Shadows.
Oh yeah, that's where he gives him a hot dose. Oh, Dude, that's messed up. That's a great kill, accidentally.
But he just strangles himself.
That's the guy that built the houses for him.
Yeah. Yep, that was the.
You realize it's all kind of a setup and shit like that. He's all sucking the poison out and shit. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, look, I did it.
Sorry, but fucking.
Oh, let's open up the door and start a fire.
Into you, you're not sucking it all out. Then you're not getting affected at all.
There's no like fire alarms or anything like that. Nah, not here.
Yeah, no, not in this place. And he built it, so he probably did it on purpose.
He did that on purpose. Little shit. He dead, or almost dead.
It's like probably if things go wrong, there might be like a chance of this building burning down. So we don't want attention drawn to it.
That's almost an homage to Mario Bava in Bay of Blood, where he falls over the wheelchair and he ends up getting hanged. Like,
I love that kill.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of hanging kills, and the only ones that I really love are Suspiria, The Omen, and Bay of Blood. That's just great because she's an old woman in a wheelchair and she can't walk.
I have to admit, Suspiria's got to be the best hanging killer of all time.
And she can't stand to like relieve the weight, and she just strangles to death and hangs there. That's great.
There is that one from Revenge of Michael Myers. He takes the cop and stuff like that, tosses him out the window with the pillow wrapped around him and hangs him there. That's brutal as hell, man.
The cop was there with Daniel Harris, right? With Jamie.
They let it sit there for a while where he's just sitting there was like, Oh, yeah, that's where you see the mirrors. Okay, yeah, that's where it gets very interesting.
This is what I was saying earlier, that I could see some people looking at the design of death itself here, like Mother Tenebrarum turns into.
Yeah, you see this like underground like labyrinth. Like
I love that with the statues and shit on the side. They look like gargoyles almost.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you see this worshiping room. Yeah,
there's almost different creatures buried in the wall.
Yeah. It looks like it was a cave or something, and they hollowed it out and put those statues there because they look like you said, like they're integrated into the wall almost. But I could see some people thinking, one, that the score here is way over the top. I love it, like we all do. But I could see people thinking that, and then just
it's a great soundtrack.
The look of it's great. The look of death, though, like with the skeleton and stuff. I could see people thinking that's hokey looking.
Oh, that's straight from Bava, though. That's straight Mario Bava. Yeah. How do I get out of this place? Oh, yeah, he's trapped in here. Yeah, you don't get it.
Just like before.
Just like before.
And I love how this also ends with the place burning down, just like Suspiria.
Like they say, they could all be done in unison, right? Yeah.
If I remember correctly, she doesn't get killed. It doesn't show her get killed, does it?
No.
Who, her here, right? Mother
No, it's because of what she is. Because of what she is.
Yeah,
like, see the mirror there and that reflection. That's very good.
Yeah,
this
that's
is ahead of its time right here.
See, she's the evil one of the three.
Because they wanted Mario Bava involved in King Kong 1975. They wanted him involved. He refused. I was like, whoa, what that would have been. Like, that's very interesting. Like maybe as a producer or something. I don't think they want him to direct it, but still that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, he's finished so many movies and went uncredited on so many movies.
They're coming to get you.
I love this.
You see like the lizard statue in the back? You see that? Like, yeah, it's right there. Like a demon or something probably, but you know.
All the candles too were just so gothic.
Dude, yeah.
Straight up gothic horror.
Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, death. That's pretty good for its time. I like that.
Yeah, I love that the way that looks.
Because it's death. That's what she is. Like, it's its own entity. Before a Final Destination, you get this.
Yeah, and that's another callback to Suspiria when Mother Helena Marcos when Susie goes at the end to kill her.
I like that the mirrors were on fire, the portraits of the mirror.
Death coming through that door, and then Sarah's body comes through and stuff. So same thing here, death.
Yeah, the same thing here with him trying to get out too. It's like they're trying to stop him from leaving. So it's like,
I can't remember. I don't remember the last time I saw Mother of Tears, even though I enjoyed a lot. Does it burn down at the end too?
I've seen it one time about 10, 12 years ago. And I do not remember.
I can't remember. It wouldn't surprise me because these two both end in the same way with these locations burning to the ground.
I'm going to watch it again, but I didn't care for it the first time that I did see it. That's why I haven't seen it since.
It's on Tubi. It's probably on Look Movie too.
It is on Tubi. I know that. Yeah.
I have it, but I haven't watched it.
Dimension Films released it.
Yeah, I've got that DVD from years ago.
Kind of an all-star cast. Like, say that's Daria and her daughter.
Yeah,
Aja. And
it seemed like it went on forever.
Yeah, Udo Kier's in that. He makes an appearance as a priest, I think.
You know what we got to do? A watch of and discussion on if you guys are up for Lisa and the Devil. I fucking love that movie. It's my second favorite Bava.
Oh, I love Lisa and the Devil. Oh, yeah. That's
so underrated.
Yeah, I love Lisa and the Devil. Yeah. Tony Savalas.
Yeah. I always forget his name, but now I remember it.
It's one of his best. It's one of his best gothic giallo films, in my opinion.
It's such an underrated Bava movie. Hatchet for the Honeymoon too. That's my top.
Oh, I love Hatchet for the Honeymoon. I have that. Yeah, Kino released that. And there you go. That's it, boy. You just see her. You see the entity just gone in the flames, and then you just do the credit through the flames. So good.
Yep. It's just great how he kept that same theme from Suspiria to this same type of ending. Place burns down.
James Fleetwood was the cook. That was the dude that came out and killed the dude. Bookbinder. Assistant director Lamberto Bava. So, in his father's stead, basically his father was there because they did talk to Lamberto's like going, they showed photos.
That's where the debate has always come from because he's put it. Lamberto's name is on this. Mario's not. But Mario
probably did that for a reason. I can see him saying that to put his name on there. He's the one that's responsible for me even being here because his son was the one that brought him back. His son was the one that says, "Why don't you just do more directing?" Because I mean, that may have added to his dying as early as he did. But I mean,
it happened. Lamberto was helping his father out from early on.
Yeah.
I mean, He did assistant directing on. Did he do it on as early as Black Sabbath? I don't know about Black Sabbath, but Kill Baby Kill, he assistant.
Yeah, Kill
directed
Baby Kill, he was
that.
involved in. Yeah,
And from then on, he pretty much was with all his father's movies.
man, somebody needs to pick that up because Kino has a few of them, but somebody needs to pick that up and do like a box set for those films. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
released by 20th Century Fox Film Corporation. There it is.
Yep. Technovision, Technicolor.
Yeah.
Such a great film.
Yeah. So
Absolute
there you go,
masterpiece.
ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Jamie.
Jamie.
Right on time.
Yeah,
Hope you're
I know.
feeling good there. Beautiful. Yeah, we're just watching, like I say, just finished watching, discussing this really great Argento horror. My opinion, the second film in the, the Three Mothers trilogy and stuff like that. And I don't think this film gets talked about enough. And it might get the respect it's finally deserving with Blue Underground. They are working on a 4K for this. So there may be issues. That's okay. I mean, Blue Underground's a great company. And, they do release very less now than a lot of people do. That's all right. I like quality more than quantity, to tell you the truth. I mean, if it's good, it's good. But your thoughts on this film there, gentlemen? What's your thoughts on it?
Keith, go ahead.
Oh, on this film?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, still as much fun as it ever was, man. I enjoyed it a lot. It is right there with Suspiria. I'm not sure which one I like the best of the two. I mean that may not sound popular, but I like them both close to the same.
Yeah, no, I know, me too. Sometimes I think Inferno gets the edge a bit, but they're very different, like we've been saying. Even just the color usage alone and the lighting, even though there's a lot of similarities, so those make it different. And Goblin's score versus Emerson's score.
Yeah.
That makes it very different too. They're very different films, even though they are very similar.
Well, this is touched a lot more by the Giallo than what Suspiria is.
Yeah,
because he was thinking, just watching some of the extras on here, talking to Argento, is like as soon as we are done Suspiria, he automatically was thinking about Inferno, so he already had plans. Obviously, but
and then right after this was 10. I still think to this day that nobody had a better run than Argento, from Plumage to Opera, which is what eight movies.
Tenebrae might be the last great Giallo like ever. Like really, like I mean, you have Opera, of course, but Tenebrae is pretty high up there. Tenebrae is really good. To your point.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would add Opera, I think, is his last masterpiece, like an action film.
Yeah.
But you can even add Two Evil Eyes and Trauma to that long list of film releases that are just excellent.
Stendhal Syndrome, I really
like Stendhal Syndrome.
Yeah, Stendhal is really good. That's probably Aja's best performance. I mean, she's great
in that.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's like the lead character in that. That's a rarity, like her being a lead character in an Argento film
too. Yeah, and she's great in Trauma also.
I mean, like a lead because it follows her, and like that probably that's the only one I think. Yeah, he's like sure. It's like.
Stendhal is a great later Argento. The Card Player I enjoy. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I like The Card Player. Yeah, Ian McCullen.
And Mother of Tears. I mean, those are pretty much like the only three post Two Evil Eyes and Trauma movies from him that I really enjoy.
And then he did Dark Glasses, and I really like Dark Glasses.
I
That's
still got to see all of it. I watched it when it came out.
Okay.
And then something distracted me like halfway through, but I was enjoying it for the most part. I thought it was a pretty decent return to form, especially like to his Giallo.
Yeah,
the movie Giallo is the only one that I never made it through. That I started watching. That's the only one.
I never made it through it either. Actually, I threw it on, and
there's another one too. He called "Do You Like Hitchcock?"
Yeah,
that's the one that I saw forever ago, and I don't really care.
Oh, that's a nice release. Yeah, that's a nice tin release. Yeah,
I think this was the first. This was the first one that Do You Like Hitchcock was on, maybe.
Yeah, kind of separate, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Dario Argento's Inferno. I'd like to thank my man Gorpho and my man JT from JT's Horror Discussions as well for joining me tonight. I'll start with you there. You there, my man Keith. What future plans you have on your channel, my friend?
Oh man, I got all kinds of shit that I'm thinking about. I'm not sure which direction I'm
That's
gonna
how
go with
I
it.
am too.
You just know I'm gonna go a lot of different directions. You never can tell. I'll just let it be a surprise.
Absolutely. You, JT, you just came out with a video too, and you've been doing great interviews, my man. Telling me about future stuff you're doing.
Yeah, I got I was pissed because I ran out of the 20 hours for StreamYard. I hit the limit, and I'm not paying $45 to fucking upgrade it for because I had a Kill Josh Petrino, the visual effects artist, who was supposed to come on right after Chris Alexander. I had on the other day, and I didn't know that recording on StreamYard counts towards the streaming hours. I
Yeah.
thought recording, like pre-recording, is separate. Like you have 5 hours or something. That's just the storage of the recording, so it still counts. So after the Chris Alexander interview, I just like I got the email from StreamYard. You've reached the limit. I was like, shit. I got Josh later. I was like, you mind rescheduling to next weekend? He's like, yeah, that works fine. So I'll be having him on next Saturday or this Saturday coming up. And,
At least if that happens, at least they let you finish your stream. They don't cut it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great thing that they do because it said out of 20 hours, you did 20 and a half. So I was like, I'm surprised that they didn't cut it right at 20 hours and the thing just stopped recording.
Yeah, I think just stopped recording.
Nice of them that they did that. But
nice.
Yeah, that's coming soon. I'm working on a few other people to get on. Sandy Johnson from Halloween. I'm going to have Keith joining me for that in January. Judith Myers from the original Halloween. I talked to her. She said January sounds good. Who else am I waiting on? Richard Band, Charles Band's, and Charles is coming back on again sometime this month.
Hey, now. Yeah. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't, people. Come on now. Dude. It's like, yeah, these are great people. Yeah.
Oh, it's just really a blessing. I mean, every time I was saying in the premiere for my Kills video, it's like watching all these clips back and forth, like right after another, and then just seeing all these favorite movies of mine I grew up with and being like, I talked to that person. I had that person on.
It's like, hey, I had that dude.
And the next clip is like, oh yeah, I talked to that person. It's fucking surreal. It really is weird. But it's cool. An absolute blessing. Andrew Devoff, that's the other one I was thinking of, the Wishmaster, and small toy soldiers. He said, reach out at the end of the month.
Very cool. All right.
Hopefully set something with him. And the stuff is probably going to be the next deep dive review.
Nice. Yeah. Michael Moriarty. Very good. All right. Yeah, cool. Just Slasher Dude reviews on Existence. Expect that coming soon. Yeah, very good, Cronenberg. I'm impressed. And future slash alongs. Me and Keith have been talking. Probably Freddy versus Jason will be coming up sooner than later. And then Friday 13th Part 4 slash along. Definitely.
That's my favorite slasher of all time is Part 4.
Me and Keith have been working on a possible idea of found footage films, like discussions on the genre and stuff like that too.
Nice.
That's very good, man. Yeah. And Hammer time, more Hammer films will be coming up for me to review and stuff like that. Just dipped my toes in the Hammer genre and just other great stuff to come from this channel and all these other great channels here. Thank you all for joining. We had a good amount of people coming in and out of here, all for this great film. This is what it's about, man.
That's it.
Love art, man. Love the arts of this. It's so good. So it's very, very good. This, you might be able to find this on Amazon for pretty cheap. I remember getting it back in the day for like $20 and stuff like that too. It may have gotten since Blue Underground is working on a 4K. Keep an eye on that. But hey, check it out if you haven't, and just love films, love Argento, love Fulci, love all these Italian dudes. So yeah, I'm Chris C. That is Gorephobe, and
you are not.
You are not. Absolutely. Yeah, just wait for the punchline. And that is, of course, JT from JT's Horror Discussions. You all have a great evening,
Thanks,
everybody.
Everyone, for hanging out. Thanks for
absolutely.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, of course. Slash that like, hit sleeping bag, that subscribe. We'll see you all next time. Y'all take care.
Night.